Welcome everyone to another episode of Learnin and Stuff,
where we're going through Child of Light. And today's episode is all about meaning.
Right. Just a quick little recap about what we talked about last week, which was context. You wanna sum up what we talked about last time? No?
Sure. No, I can do it.
Okay.
Last time.
Uh-huh.
I'll do what I remember. It was a week ago.
Okay.
And we'll go with what you remember.
Okay.
Last time we talked about the setting of the game, which is, this is Aurora, the character we're playing as, and, her father wed somebody else after her mother died.
Yep.
And one night, while she was sleeping, she caught cold, and her skin grew colder and colder, and eventually, for all intents and purposes, she died.
Right.
And then she believed she fell asleep, and she ascended to a new land.
Mm-hmm.
And when she woke up, she believed she is having a nightmare and a dream.
And seems to insist on that, no matter how many things repeatedly try to kill her.
Oh, no matter... See, that's nightmares. Nightmares just try to kill you.
I mean, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right.
And the other part of it is this has a unique development cycle, just like Never Alone did.
Uh-huh.
Where the developers, the main people behind Vegas 2.
Right. Yep.
And
is another very successful game.
Yes, it was, and I can't remember it for the life of me. Far Cry 3, one of my favorite games.
Right.
After they developed that game.
I mean, they might have played it.
I hope they played it. After they developed that game, they, started looking at fairy tales and decided, we want to build a fairy tale of our own and tell a story through art and music and JRPGs.
Yep.
And they went to Ubisoft, and Ubisoft was like, do it, bro. We trust you. You made an amazing game. Go make this beautiful work of art. And I would argue that this is one of the best proponents of why video games are art, which I'm pretty sure is not really an argument anymore, and we've kind of won that.
Right, yeah, no, I definitely don't know of anyone arguing that video games aren't art anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time.
I think last year was probably the last time I kind of heard that argument.
Okay. I mean, obviously it wasn't successful.
Oh, no.
Oh, it is the Lady of the Forest.
Yes, Lady of the Forest.
Right, because last time we were also thinking it might just be a seer.
Oh, yeah. They could be one and the same.
I mean, yes. There's nothing to say they can't be. But it's definitely the Lady of the Forest, or so the name tag says.
Exactly. I believe this episode you'll be handling meaning, and, you've done more research on that.
Right. Yeah, so when it comes to meaning, it's all like the meaning that the author intended. It's all sort of colored by a certain perspective that the writer... This game is very pretty. I was, for a moment, just caught up looking at it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she has wings now.
Now she can fly.
Awesome. Right. So, meaning, like, one of the big things the writer wanted to convey about meaning, like, the meaning in this game, is also how he understands and wants the player to experience it.
Yeah.
Which is to say, not a game where you're left alone to create your own story, or where, you're sort of left to interpret what's happening.
Yeah.
But instead, he really wanted to convey this sense of, like, here's this world, and, like, by all means, you should be, like, playing through it and experimenting, but what you experiment with and explore is more about, like, your role as the character. Like, it's not meant... Like, it's this strong narrative, driven game, but the intention is not for you to, like, simply observe the narrative, but it's for you to explore, like, the emotional aspects of the character and how this character is experiencing it. Like, you're supposed to, even though it's, like, it's not a game where it was, all about you creating your character, right?
Yeah.
You're really supposed to still get a sense of, like, here's this role and this story, and you are supposed to play this particular part. Like, your part is written, but the intention is for you to explore within that, to see what you can do and how you can experience and feel what you like, what you are and who you are within this like framework and this script that you've been given.
All right, and that's very different than both Vegas 2,
Right.
and Far Cry 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because in Far Cry 3, you were left to explore and create things for yourself, and you told your own story.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was such a big open world. Yes, there was a script, but it was very open to interpretation, and you made your own interpretation of what exactly was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this one, you're mostly just exploring, your role inside that script.
Right. The writer ended up comparing it to some games. So, for example, if anyone out there has heard of Gone Home, somebody, like, in the interview, the interviewer compared it to Gone Home, and he said he didn't want to convey the same sort of thing as Gone Home, where it's like it includes more of like you exploring.
Yeah.
He wanted a much tighter narrative where it's more you are this role, you are this person, and to really flavor like the Western RPG genre, right?
Yeah.
Is sort of like heralded as like its big strength is you get to make the character and basically make them you. But this is from, more mechanically a JRPG where you're given a role and
and that's very Japanese storytelling where someone is given a role and it's your job to fulfill that role.
Right, and that's what this is supposed to be, but with the intention that even within that, you have, like, you're supposed to understand that you have, like, a huge, like, range for how you, like, feel as the character.
Yeah.
And how you then interact, given that you have this confined script.
Exactly. I really like that. That, there are times where, I want to create my own story and have my own character and it be me.
Mm-hmm.
But oftentimes I really love it when someone's telling me a story and I'm discovering the character's role in that story, which is why I really liked Eternal Sonata,
Mm-hmm.
which was another game where you had a set role and it was your job to discover your role.
Yeah, exactly. That's supposed to be something very similar here.
Yeah. And very well done.
Yeah, absolutely. But the reason why I wanted to bring that up before we got any further into like the talk about meaning in this game, is because I think that that philosophy, like that understanding of how the player is supposed to experience the game, is a big part of how you're supposed to understand, what other symbolism and meaning is in the game, the lesson that's being learned. I think this idea that you, like, in part of, like, any other lessons the narrative is conveying, the fact that there is a script and you are supposed to, like you can't totally control, everything about your character, but you can control how you feel or how you interact with things within, like, the frame of the world that you're given.
Oh, yeah.
I think is in and of itself both an important, like, coloring of how you interpret the rest of the meaning in this game, but also an important lesson in and of itself.
Oh, yes. Like, covering your own feelings, your own emotions, because so many things will work on actively sort of dictating your emotions.
Right.
And be like, oh, we'll do this because it makes somebody feel this, or it makes someone react this way, and it's up to you to choose your own emotions and your own feelings on it.
Right, exactly.
That I really appreciate.
For sure.
I really love being able to fly.
Yeah.
And I wish a lot of other, I don't want to say platformers had this.
Uh-huh.
but I wish more platformers had.
Well, I mean, on one hand, it kind of takes the challenge out of platforming.
Shh, no.
Because you can just fly.
Yeah, but...
With, like, unlimited amount. Like...
I know.
You can literally just fly forever.
Yes. But I'm talking about, for like, backtracking would make things so much easier.
Right, absolutely.
So back earlier,
when
I was saying... First I'm going to be able to dodge.
Right.
So we're going to take some oculi. And we're going to craft one.
Oh, nice. Because you've got, like, these 3 rough emeralds, right?
Yeah. So we're going to see what happens.
You got a tumbled emerald.
A tumbled emerald.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm assuming that's better.
I would hope so.
And an achievement.
Yep.
Huzzah!
Except now I can't read it.
Nope.
Please go. Thank you. Melee attacks and increase attack power by 8%. Ooh, strong against water.
Interesting.
Yeah. So before it just gave us lightning damage.
Right.
Now it actually increases attack power overall.
Ah, that's nice.
Yeah, I really like that. And I really like that aspect of it. And I want to get one. I wish I would have saved it, because then I would have combined 2 green with a red and see what happens.
Oh, yeah, that could be cool as well. To explore some of that. I just noticed, like, her hair is leaving, like, a trail.
Yes, when you're flying, it leaves a red streak across the area.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. So I'm trying to find the area earlier. But I don't believe I can go back that far.
Oh. Well, I mean, maybe one day.
Yep.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, because there was... Oh,
yeah, you're just flying. And somebody said something.
Yeah.
Oh,
hey.
There's a flying thing. Hey there, buddy.
Yep, alright, let's do this.
Yeah, and a spider.
Oh, spiders are super tough.
Oh, you were ambushed. They gotta jump on you.
Yeah, they did. Growth spurt? I don't like growth spurts.
That sounds dangerous.
Yeah, this isn't gonna go well for me.
Alright, so, of some of the other things, like, I think this game has started off really strong with, like, it started off very strong in conveying the importance of light, right?
Yes.
But I think light is a bigger, it's more than just, like, you know, have a nightlight on at night, right?
Yeah.
It means something more than that.
Yes. I mean, light is your weapon. It's your health. You are the child of light.
Right. And that how you get light, it is the wishes of people, right?
Yeah.
It's like the hopes and dreams, and that's not only what, like, it's not only what allows you to, like, halt the enemies or, like, slow the darkness, but also is, like, what sustains you. It's what allows you to fight back.
Yeah. I really love that about this. Just light is so important, and this is getting really difficult.
I can see that. So what I kind of want to tie that in is with this idea of, like, how do I say this? It's that your wishes, that hopes and dreams, like, that there's, like, a hope. Like, light, I think, is often, like, attached to this idea of hope, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's, like, because there are, like, wishes and hopes and dreams to keep going further in life, that is what allows, like, there to be this hero figure, right? It's not just something that's, you know, happening, but it's because, like, this is also what people want. Like, this is the thing that, like, not only, like, can help restore light to this kingdom of Lemuria, I think is what it was called, right?
Yeah.
Oh, your health is getting pretty low there.
Oh, I'm aware. It's getting difficult. Not gonna lie.
It doesn't just, like, allow them to fight back, but it also is what allows Aurora to, in some sense, be alive. Like, she is this child of light figure, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, the direction that I go with interpreting that is that, like, she is, Like, like the intro like establishes, like for all intents and purposes, to the normal world, she is dead.
Oh yeah.
But it's the wishes and hopes and dreams of people that allows her to continue to live and like to be a person, right? It's this idea that like people's wishes and hopes can help sustain another person, and not just abandoning someone, but instead like having these like hopes for the future can really help a person get by in life.
Yeah, without hope, people will just stop and wither away, because if you have no hope, most people see that as there really no point in keep going. And that can be detrimental, because then they're not only hurting themselves, but they're hurting the people that they love and who love them. And hope is very grateful, especially, I mean, there's a whole movie about a new hope.
Bringing in the Star Wars.
I felt it was appropriate.
Yeah, no, I like it. I can see it.
Plus, I'm still excited for episode 7 to come out.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a good time.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a real good time.
Did not realize how low my health was again.
Yeah, no, it got pretty low on you there. Pretty quick.
Yeah, running
quick.
Punches the light meter.
That's less useful. I mean, it's something, I guess.
Yeah, but he'll heal me as I put the light on myself.
Well, I mean, that happened.
Yeah. Slash it, please. Yeah.
Oh, you're still alive. You can do this. I believe in you. I believe in you. You can do this. Alright, here it comes. Here it comes. That's the final hit.
Yes!
Yeah! You got it. You better have leveled up from that. Yeah!
I leveled up.
Nice.
Good.
Very nice.
Good. Oh, I'm so glad that, you know, like in JRPGs, when you level up, you get your health back.
Yes, it's a very useful thing to have.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Ooh. Alright, magic defense. Magic upgrade. So yeah, so far, what meaning have you gathered, just from the game itself?
Right.
From, like, not how you're applying this,
right,
but just so far, what meaning have you personally gathered from both the character and the setting and the story so far?
So far, like, the sort of general feel of, like, the meaning of what I think is happening is, I think, like, from my perspective, and, like, how I'm interpreting this, is that it seems to me that, like, the world is in need of light.
Yeah.
And that, like, the light exists, but it needs some means to, like, it needs a means to, like, be conveyed to people, I guess. Like, there's plants that hold the wishes of people, which is light. You have a firefly who came from, like, that one, like, cherry tree kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
You have...
That was adorned in light.
Right. You have, like, light shooting through the treetops here. Like, light is present in the world, but it doesn't seem like these things themselves are able to confront these, like, dark creatures. You know?
Yeah, in order to even have a chance against these dark creatures, you have to use your light.
Right, and it's even though light is present, like, it needs... It needs that sort of symbiotic relationship, right? It needs someone to perform the action that it needs of... I don't want to use the word saving, but, like, it needs that other component. Like, it can provide the light, it can provide the power, the wishes, and the hopes, and the dreams, but what it needs, like, what the world needs, is, like, somebody to provide the action to that.
Yeah, it provides the source of the power, but it can't give someone action. It can give someone hope, but it's up to them to what they do with that hope.
Right, exactly. It's not enough to just, Oh, hello.
I don't like this because those of you at home, one of my phobias is clowns. Oh god.
Well, all right, Jester. Have you seen bright balloons nearby?
Yeah.
The unicorn's balancing them. Okay.
Are ship tints roasted in the stars? What do you mean sky? Yeah.
Huh. Fiddlesticks. Oh boy.
Yep. I don't like this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and get out of here just because I really hate clowns.
Not a big clown guy.
No, terrified of them.
All right then.
Absolutely no. Clowns, spiders, and heights.
Hmm.
And I fly in a world with clowns and spiders.
Right. I was gonna say that we fought spiders. Here's a clown, and it's on a flying like house
Yep.
thing.
Yep. Like I said, if I had, let's say, in the dream, if I had the sword, I know what I'd be doing with it.
Mm. Again, like going back to that sword that was sitting in the, in that stone in front of the statue of the Lady of the Forest, or the Lady of the Forest who was trapped in stained glass.
Yeah, and how glass not only reflects light, but it traps light in it.
Right. And so light was present in all of these things, but there was like, it still needed that like action, that initiator, right?
Yeah.
Like the means to combat these creatures and to save the lady in the Lady of the Forest who was trapped in this glass. Like the means were there. Light is a thing that exists. Like to be able to send it through those colored glass to the crystals and free the Lady in the Forest. Like the sword was there for someone to take, but it needed that action. It needed that like personal involvement to really make a difference.
Yeah.
And you just got a confession?
Yes.
That adds a whole new depth to what's happening.
Yeah, this game is far more in depth than most people give it credit for, just because when you look at it, it's just art. It's just, there's not a whole lot to it. And when you start getting deeper and deeper, a lot of people think, oh, it's just a painting. Oh, it's just music. There's nothing deeper to it. Mm-hmm. But when you really start to dig deep into things, you realize that there is so much more depth and meaning that if you just take the time to really find and understand, you realize that there's a lot more there than you could have ever seen or felt or heard.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So without getting into the application side of things just yet, how do you, like, what is the sort of general meaning, or what stuck out to you about, like, a meaning or, like, a message you could get from this game?
So far, one of the meanings is having hope and going through, and even though the world is dark and it seems, scary and very deadly, that there is a light somewhere, and even though it may be dark for so long, eventually there is light. And for me, with it's just, it helps me a lot right now. Yeah. Without getting into application.
No, sure. I understand that, and that's something we'll get to. But yeah, no, I definitely get that.
Oh yeah,
I can see that for sure. Also, those are like
flying fish.
Like, yeah, they look like flying fish, but like actually flying.
I know, I love it.
Which is pretty darn cool.
It really is. I love being able to just fly and look around the world. Opening these chests. One thing I really love about this is, aside from how annoying locked rooms are,
right,
is just how when you open a chest, it just opens and you get it. There's no pomp and circumstance about it.
Right.
There's no, swooping camera or anything else. It's just chest is open and we're good.
The Jester's helping you out.
Yep.
Nice. Fiddlesticks, right?
Yeah, fiddlesticks.
Wow. That's awesome.
Okay, tumble, heal, heal. Thank God. Element protection, revive, defend. Alright, let's do tumble.
Okay.
Let's do it against you.
See what that does? Well, that was a pretty good amount of damage, I thought.
Yeah, it was.
Definitely wasn't bad.
No, I'll take that. I wish there was more of that.
I think it's something interesting you did mention there, that, like, this world, despite there being all this light, there are definitely places that are, like, really dark. Like, there are not only, like, caves we were in, but, like, the ruins and other places we've been to so far in this game have definitely had, like, amidst the light, have had, like, these dark things to them.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I mean, there are a lot of things going on. Like, even earlier, we needed that light because it was just so pitch black we couldn't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
And now, you know, with the Firefly's help, we were able to see, and it definitely helps a lot being able to see where you're going.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I just want to, like, has the Jester done anything, like, light-related yet?
Well, so far, just hit with a whip.
Okay.
However, she does have revive, which is a feather.
Okay.
I believe that would be a phoenix feather.
Oh. Sure. Nah, I can believe that.
Phoenix down.
Yeah. Yeah, a nod to classic JRPGs.
Yeah. Like, this is very classic JRPGs, but it's so fun.
Right. Yeah, no, it seems like it's got a lot of really cool mechanics to it. Which...
Oh, yeah.
What?
I was like, oh yeah, like, these have some of my, like, favorite mechanics that I've seen in minigames so far.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just how it deals with... It's both turn-based, but it's also timed.
Right.
Which is, you know, classic JRPG. You have leveling up, you have a party system. Just all these different things is really just amazing.
Mm-hmm. And all of that wrapped up in a world that you get to, like, explore a certain bit.
Yeah.
Which is, no, that's really cool.
Oh.
Well... Okay.
Okay, I'm not sure if you
So-
left or not. We're
Or...
going to... I don't know.
Soon, I'm guessing. Probably.
Probably.
Probably soon. That seems likely.
All status effects for 4 turns.
That's pretty cool.
That is really cool. I found the healer.
Who may be leaving us?
I don't want my healer to leave.
Well, it's gonna happen sometime.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna happen sometime.
But it doesn't need to. You can stay.
Or not.
Yeah, I know. Gonna leave.
Another thing that I think is really good about this game, and I really liking, that ties into meaning, and I sort of touched on it last time, the oculi.
Yeah.
But I think it's used like so many things in this game. It builds on like these ideas it's already presenting and providing like a mechanical framework to it, so that you have these oculi, right, which are like, they are physical objects whose like their existence like allows you to like focus your light, right? And that's what like makes you like stronger. It's not just experience, but it's also like having these things that help you like refine your light. If we're using light here as a stand-in word for like hopes, wishes, dreams,
Yeah.
like refining those into something more concrete or like a more distinct thing provides you with benefits. Like, it makes you stronger to have a more clear image of what you know. This is like my hope. This is my dream, kind of
Yeah.
thing.
No, I really like that, just because like having dreams and hope is very important. But just to have, you know, not to have a goal or not to have any way to make that concrete,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't really help anybody,
Mm-hmm.
or especially yourself. You just also need to be able to like, really have a concrete foundation of what to do with that light.
Yeah, and the first gems you got were rough, and then when you like combined 3 of them and you made this like this better gem, like this better gem was distinct from the the less advantageous gem by being more clearly defined.
Yeah.
Like having more clearly defined focuses provides you more and more strength when using these hopes, wishes, and dreams to like combat like the darkness in your life, I guess.
Exactly, and those hopes, wishes, and dreams can really make a great impact, and we can discuss how we can apply having hopes, wishes, and dreams in light to our own lives next episode.
Well, alright then.
So see you all next week.
Bye.